mentioned in Hindi book. Not separated subject was there.
Okay.
I haven't studied actually. Uh, I know only something. Sahtaote. Sahtaote. Only one line. Sahtaote. Sa for one person. So for dual person and te for plural. ये ये जो प्रोनाउंस के लिए है प्रोनाउंस इन इंग्लिश and verb form is also agreemented with this like लास्ट में ती आता है जब भी जो धातु होता है बोलते हैं संस्कृत में सह गच्छति सह खादति one person is doing work then last में ती would be and if doing to dual person both the person are working uh, together तो
Ta.
गच्छता तो गच्छता है, दो लोग जाते हैं तो खादता है, दो लोग खाते हैं एंड इफ इन प्लूरल फॉर्म सब्जेक्ट इज ते गच्छन्ति वे सभी जाते हैं जस्ट आई नो दिस ओनली
No, that was very good example.
oh sorry sir good morning
Good morning. So,
Namaste, sir.
fine. Namaste. How are you? How is everybody? I see there are Pankaj, Prem, and Surender.
Yes, sir.
And uh, do you expect some
One is
more
yes,
people?
one is like only server means
Oh, okay. Okay. So, what you guys meet every day? Every day at this time?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Same 6 to 7 every day, sir.
Okay, and who? By the way, let's do a little introduction so that we get to know each other a little bit better. So
Sure,
I'll
sir.
start with myself. Uh, my name is my name is Amarnath Jha, and I am in USA. I have been here since 1983, almost like 40 years. Professionally, I am now a retired engineer. I work for almost 30 years for IBM and Intel in engineering management and quality management. That is my background. I used to make computer chips, the one which you have in your phone and Intel inside, all those. So it is a semiconductor processing. Now we are trying to get this industry in India. Still, it is not there. So a lot of people, they just wonder what is this industry. It's very high level of purity industry because everything happens in super duper clean room, more rigorous than the medical industry because the chips are very small in the size, all nano scale, and you have to make sure that there is no defect in between for communication. And so to make sure that we have minimum defect, we do everything in clean room environment, and that's how it works. And there are 300 to 400 semiconductor process steps it goes through, and that's how chips are made. It not happens just overnight or one thing. There are so many things happening in that one. So that's what I have done for my career, and now I just recently retired, and suddenly I just saw Pankaj. He contacted me, and I was kind of surprised and shocked that what is he all about. That's what I was asking him. That how did he get my number? But hey, I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm joining. If I can be of any help, I'll do that whenever I can. So that's me. Now you guys can give a little introduction about yourself if you don't mind.
yes
Just a few words
Thank you
for
a lot, sir,
yourself.
for joining us.
Sure.
Yes, Surinder sir. Please.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. My name is Surendra Mishra. I am living in UP, Siddharth Nagar district is, which is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Which I'm teaching. Currently, I am a teacher, private school. Also, I am running my private school, which is up to 8th standard, and we are gathered here. Usually we join here to learn English because our English is so poor, I think. And this is myself.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Prem.
Hello.
Yes, Prem.
Very good morning, sir, and very good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Really, sir, I am very thankful to you, sir, because I am really waiting for those moments when some people are waiting. People are joining from out of country, sir, and I'm really glad to have a person like you, sir, because you have did it very struggle and did it good in your life, and I'm really know that ki I will I'm sure ki you will help all of us to achieve all of us goals in your life through yours, right?
Yes, very good.
Right now, sir. Right now, my name is my name is Prem Jha from Bihar and Darbhanga district. Right now, I live in Mumbai. I have completed my MBA in Mumbai, and I have joining working in ICICI Bank as a deputy manager.
That's
So doing well, going good, and I just wanted to inquire about that kind of a podium where people is coming from globe, and connectivity will be good, and to improve each and every parameters for that. And really, I was keen to know that how we can connect, and we can talk each other to improve their language, English language, right?
yes.
So I'm very thankful to you, sir. And my this is my fortune that I am glad to talk with you today itself.
No, no, it's normal. It's in the society. You have to take and you have to give. So this is my time to give a little bit time, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pleased to do that because now I'm retired, and now this is in the retired age. One should give as much as possibly you can, whatever you can give. So giving knowledge or time is good. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my experience. When I was growing up in my high school
Okay.
days, I had a dream to learn English. And uh, but you know how it is in Bihar. I also come from Bihar, Madhubani district, and there was no source other than your school teacher in the high school, and so basically you just learn whatever you can do in English class, but there is no way of learning a deeper English, or say even practicing it. Of course, we didn't have convent school those days, and not everybody can afford it. Those who go to convent, they will not be in this meeting. They already speak very good English. So, so what I started was that I started listening to BBC World Service, and to begin with, I would not understand a single word of it, that BBC World Service. But gradually, I just kept practicing it, and then I started little bit understanding what they are talking and all that. So this is how I started my journey, how to learn English. So the point I'm trying to make it is that nowadays, uh, you when you learn a language, you have to submerge yourself in the language. The problem in India is that you all speak normally in India. I mean, I was the same. We have our own languages, and Hindi is dominant in whole North India. So we pretty much have no, and everybody speaks Hindi. So so it becomes very difficult to find the people who really want to communicate in English with you. So that is the challenge you have. uh, and so to face that challenge, you guys have done very good job that started this club, and so this is a good effort. But then also, uh, to submerge yourself in the language, what you should do is that watch a lot of movies, English movies, English music, uh, common things which you do, shows. There are comedy shows, there are sports, just like you do it in Hindi. That would be the best way to kind of understand the language, how it is. Second thing is that there are English is spoken. I mean, the native English is spoken in United States, in England, and also in a little bit in Canada, also in Australia and New Zealand. But the English of US is different than the English of British, New Zealand, and Australia. So if you listen to BBC and Voice of America, you will see the difference. Americans, they speak a little slower, and British, they speak a little faster, and then the pronunciation of words is different too. Just like our Hindi coming from Bihar is different than the Hindi from the UP. So uh, uh, this is how it happens. So basically you have to focus on which countries general English you want to learn. And of course, right now USA is there is a lot of interaction with India. A lot of people are coming and going. We have business interaction, we have technology interaction at all level. So definitely I can give perspective on the English, how it is being used in the United States, because that's where I have spent my time. Okay, I let you guys ask question, and then we proceed further. Go ahead, ask any question. Is a good question because interaction is very important. By the way, I used to be a college professor too, long time back. I used to teach physics and mathematics when I came to United States in early 80s. So I'm glad to be back in this role. And of course, when you work in the industry in the Western countries, you always have to teach classes. So I have been teaching a lot of classes inside the company to peer engineers and technicians about different things of the processes, manufacturing processes. How can we cut the cost? How can we standardize? So um, basically, this type of conversation I have been doing throughout my 40 plus years of career, and I like it. I like to communicate with different people of different walks of life. It gives me life. So I'm glad to be part of your conversation today.
Good, sir. Good morning, Pooja ma'am.
Good morning, Pankaj sir. Good morning, Amarnath sir. Good morning,
Good morning.
Prem. Good morning, Surendra sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
So,
Um,
Pooja ma'am, give me a small introduction first of all. It will be also good, ma'am.
yes. Good morning, everyone. Myself Pooja Sugam Jagtap. I am born and brought up in Pune, Maharashtra. I am a qualified chartered accountant, and currently I am working in a US-based MNC, Oturji Gallagher, as a team manager in a finance and accounts. I joined this class to improve my English. It's been 1 month I'm uh, attending this class, and I feel I improved a lot. And this Brahma Muhurta timing is also good for me because after 8 9 a.m. we have to work. We have to log into our office laptop, and full day we are busy and we are communicating, writing, and dealing everything in English. So this class helps me a lot in uh, to do if to do my work efficiently whole day.
Very nice. Very nice introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I would like to answer some of your questions first. Let's see what questions you have. I think there are three, four people, so you all should have at least one question for me. And then
Yes, yes,
that's fine.
Amarnath sir.
Yes.
Uh, I'm very thankful to you, sir. And one question in my mind is that when we are going to learn English, right? So we are never we can know that which English language we are going to learn. Like as you said, mentioned earlier, USA American will be different, right? Different pronunciation, different voice modification will be there. So first of all, how we can judge or how we can analyze own self, which kind of country's language we are going to follow.
Well, basically, that is a minor difference, uh, and so you don't need to worry about that part right now. I mean, unless and until what I was trying to explain is that, you know, suppose if your business interaction is happening with London, for example, let's say that
Okay.
um, Pooja is in accounting and she's more dealing with the British accounts in her accounting firm, then probably she will have to a little bit more focus on that one. For example, say Pankaj is more focused working with a US company, interacting with the US company. So then you focus with that one. It's like kind of you tailor to the need what exactly is more useful, right? And that's, but in general, it is not a huge difference because grammar is pretty much the same for both. Pronunciation is different, yes, it is, but um, I mean, English is a universal language. It is pretty much spoken even in non-native English-speaking country like ours in India. So it has it has built over the time that safety net that anybody who speaks language can communicate with all the other people from the different countries. So you should not worry. Just I wanted to make clear that there is just like we have our Hindi different flavors because of our regional languages. Same thing is with the English. British English is different in pronunciation than American, than the New Zealand, or for that matter, our uh, Indian English. Because when we speak English here, even after 40 years, sometimes that raises questions. And then, the more because especially when you come from India, your English is pronunciations are so much loaded with regional Indian languages pronunciations that they have a hard time, even though we think that we are speaking English in this country, but they have hard time understanding it. So it takes little time. You just like you said, it's continuous learning process. You just keep learning, keep adjusting, keep moving forward, and then slowly your error factor in your pronunciations goes away to a certain extent. It will never go if you are not a native born like second generation. They are native speakers, so they speak just like any American. But for us, those who have come from India, who grew up in India, went to school, colleges, and came for higher studies in this country, like me, or who came for job later in this country, we have impact of our language in English pronunciation. So we will never be speaking like the Americans do or the native speakers do. So
Okay.
uh, just keep that in mind. This is just kind of a general idea I wanted to give. Thank you. Thank you for your question.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, so you have completed your education in America, USA, or how it is like till date? Which study you have did it in done it completed in a study in your
Well,
Madhubani district?
uh, well, as I said, I'm now retired. Okay, I just retired this year, but I came to this country in 1983. Probably none of you were born at that time when I came to.
Right, right, right. I agree. Totally agree with you, sir.
Yeah. So when I came in '83, I came to do my master's in engineering. That is what I came to do. So in America, uh, what happens is that uh, job market is so good that normally the students, especially the STEM, science, technology, math, engineering, accounting, I mean technical field students, as soon as they finish the 4 year degree college, they get a job. And that has been the trend for last let's call it last 50 years or so. So undergraduate students, they always have 2 3 jobs offer to go to. So what happens is that they don't wait for the masters to like in India we try to go because we don't have jobs, so we just continue education. Here that is not the case. Only few Americans who really are interested in pursuing higher studies, they continue with master's program and PhD program. But for Indian students or Chinese students or any international students, that is our entry point. That's the only way we can come to do the masters in this country. So that's how we come to this country,
Okay.
and and then
So
when I
earlier,
mean,
sorry to interrupt you, sir. So earlier, it was anyone there to support you, or how it is, or you alone did it, to create all the parameters in USSR?
okay, so basically, see, it takes preparation, takes couple of years in India. You just can don't come overnight. First is that you have to get the admission in university. Even that is true now. So you have to apply. There are American consulate in Calcutta, uh, Bombay, Delhi, Madras, Hyderabad. At least that I know of. So basically, if any student, let's say for example now any of you who have interest or any friend they want to come, they will have to kind of go to one of the consulate. Every consulate has a study department for students. You do little research. They have all the list of universities, programs, videos, a lot of things there. And then you research, and then you try to find out where you want to go. You pick randomly 4 or 5 universities for application. Then you send application. They have requirement like they have to take the examination test of English as a foreign language. That's number one. Then they also have graduate record examination. That is kind of more like an aptitude test. So you do
Okay,
those tests, and then their score directly gets sent to them, and then they grant you admission. They also ask you that how you are going to support financially. So
okay,
initially, so there are 2 3 ways that some schools they can give you what is called some kind of financial assistantship. That is called teaching assistantship. You can get right when you are in India. Sometimes they don't give you that. They expect you to come and support yourself for a semester, and then after that they give you. So in my case, I supported myself for a semester. So I brought enough money from India to live with 2 3 other Indian students in an apartment, and then basically I supported myself for a semester, and then in the second semester they gave me teaching assistantship job. So basically what you do is that you teach 20 hours 20 hours class basically in a week. So you get to teach one course, undergraduate course, and they give you enough stipend that you can survive. It's not a lot of money, but at least like I was getting like in those days uh, roughly about $800, which was
okay. Good, sir.
800
Good.
$800. And that time rupees exchange rate was $1 was 7.5 rupees. So you can imagine how much was that nowadays term. And but that was enough to cover my expenses. Basically you cannot afford car, you can have a food and you can go to school. That's what it is. So next to school, there are a lot of apartments people rent. Those who come from the foreign countries, and then they live like in a group, like two students or four students, something like that. So that's what I did. And then once I finished my master's in engineering, then I went to teach in a college. That's where I was telling you that I was teaching for 3 years. I taught mathematics to undergraduate students and physics. I was teaching, and then I got the papers to work in the industry. They call it green card here, so that now you can work in this country. Once I got that one, then I was ready to join the real engineering work, and
Okay.
I was eligible to go to work to one of the company, any engineering company, as an engineer, and that is when I joined IBM in 1988. So I was there for 10 years, 88 to 96. In the New York area, I worked for them. And then after that, I went to work for Intel.
Mhm.
For another 20 years, I worked for Intel in Arizona State. And then I worked for a couple of other companies, small companies. And now I am retired. So this is how the journey begins. That in this country everything is private. There is no government thing, especially all the industries. Government government doesn't own a single factory here. You will be surprised to know there is not a single factory owned by government in this country. So even for the defense, everything is done by the private industry. Government
Okay.
will have only the oversight. They give the they have their engineers kind of giving the direction what they want to, the specification they will give you. For example, what kind of plane you want to make, they will ask you, they will give you a design. Their engineers will more or less do the rough design and tell you in a specification something like this I want. And then private companies, they bid for the business, and then they pretty much once they win the contract, then they do the manufacturing or whatever work it is. So everything is in the private hand here, and that is what we have to learn in India. In India, there is a focus. Everybody wants a government job, but you know that
Right, right.
government job is uh, nobody nobody likes to work for government. I mean, nobody really works in the government job. I should not say nobody. Most of the people become lazy when they go to the work for the government, and that is why we have so much problem in India. Here, everything works fine. I mean, I have uh, in the last my 40 plus years, I had never had to go to any office for anything. You all you need is a telephone and a computer, and every business you can think of, you can do it with
Okay.
them.
So
So
so have you eligible for that to purchase a home in USA?
yes, yeah. Once home purchase, you can do it right. Like once I said that you have paper initially, like green card I was telling you about. Once you
Right,
are eligible to have that, means you can work. If you can work, then you can make money. If you can make money, you can pay the bills, you can
right.
pay the housing mortgage.
EMI,
So
right. Mhm.
then you can do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically housing buying is in this country is dependent on the job, because nobody we don't have a now even India is changing. First thing is that nobody lives in the house forever. In India, we transfer the house from one generation to another. That doesn't
Right,
work here. I
right.
might
Okay.
I have already bought and sold maybe 4 or 5 houses in my 40 years of stay, wherever.
Okay.
So basically, when you change a job, you go to the new place, new city, you buy a house there and you sell the house which you have, the city you have left. It's just like a very common thing here. So buy and sell.
But sir, it's kind of legacy you can keep for your children, right?
Well, here the thing is that there are so many different different things in the outlook.
Okay.
For example, you ask for children in India, we worry too much about children future.
Right,
That
right, right.
right, we try to save everything possibly we can, if possibly whole planet we would save for our children.
Right.
But that is not the thinking here, because
Okay.
what happens is that, like I said, that it, everybody here are able to, once they become adult, they go to college, they are able to earn themselves good money, just like you and I are doing it. So our children are equally capable of earning good money. So they really don't need your money. It's one
Okay.
thing to give them, but for real livelihood, uh, uh, they don't need any of your assistant, parents' assistant. Okay,
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I yeah. So that is the difference. I have a 30-year-old son. He's working for Pfizer. He's a biomedical engineer,
Okay.
and but his salary is probably more close to $100,000. I mean, he doesn't need any money. I don't need to save any money for him in future or give it to him. I mean, it's one thing if I give him, he will take it, but it is not going to make any change in his life. So
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
that's why what happens in America, people give a lot of money to different charity, university, colleges, this and that,
Okay.
because really your children, they don't appreciate. I mean, they already earn their own money, so uh, yeah, taking money from parents is not considered a great thing. I mean, fine, you gave, but if you don't give, it's okay too, and nobody even talks about it. That who gave, who didn't give. Some parents do give, some parents they don't. So um, uh, that is the situation here. So everybody is pretty much self-made here. After high school, all kids, they have their own life. Parents, they help up to high school, 12 standard, just like we have in India here, high
Right.
school. In the college, when you enter college, the rule is that some of the money parents will give you one third you have to work. Everybody
Okay.
works. Everybody who goes to college here, whether it's a medical school or engineering college or
Okay.
accounting,
Mm-hmm.
any, everybody has to work part time.
Okay. Good. 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 Good.
And
Mechanism. Right.
yes, that is the mechanism. So one-third you get it from guardian, one-third you earn yourself, one-third you depend on university for a scholarship or some work there. So, and then once you finish the undergraduate, then you get a good job. You can you don't need any more money from your parents. You make your own, that you can, all your obligations you can fulfill yourself. That is the lifestyle here.
As like bird, sir. As like bird need only to how to fly. After fly, then no need
Exactly,
any help.
exactly. So that's what
Yes.
Yes,
the system there is, that
yes,
they teach them in the college, from the right from the high school, because keep in mind that only the half of the students who go to high school, they go to college. Not everybody goes to college. Only the half of the population, those who are really serious about college, they go. Otherwise, they just drop out at high school, and then they different type of industry, whatever they like, they can join. They can work. They can make good money. Even that one is pretty good enough for them to have a good life. So that's what they do.
Surrender, sir, you have any question?
yes. I'm listening carefully about the culture of the USA, and I am comparing actually with the Indian culture, who care of parents care of their children at the age of 30. Some people you can see here in they are preparing for the UPSC exam. They are preparing for the NEET exam, and after, if they are find unable to crack that exam, they back to their home and they are jobless actually,
Yes,
because
yes,
India there is no. Yes, 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 sir.
Yeah, I understand. See, the thing is that uh, we have to make our society more efficient and productive. Okay, so uh, in this country, they have learned that the private economy is the best way to give incentivize the results and productivity. So there has been a discouragement here uh, of big government. You would be surprised to know that all the MLAs and MPs in this country, they have to live in their own house, in own apartment. They don't get any apartment or house uh, from the state. They don't get any car from the state. They just go in the train just like you and me, anybody. There is no like blinking light, those kinds of stuff which we see in India. Minister is going through the road, all the road is clear. Nothing of that sort. I mean,
In the election, a lot of money gained here
yes.
in
So
India.
so we waste
Yes.
public exchequer in the pampering our politicians. So that is the problem. Our politicians are very inefficient, and whatever money we give as a tax, they just use it for their benefits only in
Yes.
whole India. That is what. So this one is not happening here. This one is there is if something goes wrong, if something you see in efficiency, you can there is a system that you can advise, and not only that, there are systems that in efficiency you you can fix it. If you fix the inefficiency, you get a certain portion of the saving to your pocket. So suppose something you find that this system is a huge bottleneck, it's not working very well. Well, you step in, you get it fixed, and if you get it fixed, then whatever is the saving, they will calculate and they will give a little piece of that uh, to you to take home. So so private economy being, because very simple, you work harder in your own home than when you go to work for somebody else. But it is a common sense, right? So this country is built on that merit. I should say I have one more interesting thing to tell you. One day I was walking in the New York city, and then I stumbled to a point where it was saying that West India Company. So the point I'm trying to make is that East India Company and West India Company was both established almost at the same time, one in India and one in America. So British were kind of ruling in this country too, and then Americans have to fight for their independence because they were exploiting it. But the point I'm trying to make is that only in 400-500 years, this country has become what it is now, coming from like a completely nomadic people here, the original people who we call West Indians people. So, okay, so how this happened? Because of the all this happened because of their effort, private economy, privatization, values, their value system. Our value system is that we all try to get free. Here, tendency is different. Nobody likes to take anything free. Even if you give free something, people frown upon it. Why should I take it? I'm not a beggar. That is the feeling they have.
Oh my God, really?
Yes, yeah. Taking free is a considered a very shameful thing in this country.
And India's are just opposite. Those
Yeah,
leaders provide free electricity, free
yeah,
water. They
yes.
won election.
And then we have to oppose it because nothing is free. Who is paying for it? The middle
Yes,
class is paying. That's what is happening right now in India. Middle class is collapsing now.
yes, yes.
Uh,
This is not good.
This is not good because middle class is the backbone of society in any country.
Yes, sir.
America has the same thing. It is the middle class because 70% of the population of that country is middle class. Any country, a strong middle class country, that is what grows. But India, middle class is collapsing. There used to be middle class. Now, I mean, look at how it is collapsing. Now it is becoming to me like either poor class or the rich class. There is no in between now. People have very difficult time there to uh, call themselves middle class. Middle class is somebody who can comfortably live. Now, there are not that many. There was a time when engineers, doctors, professionals, accountants, teachers, nurses, we were all middle class. But now in India, their income has dwindled over the year, and now they cannot afford all the basic things of their life. So they have become poor practically. They cannot have. I mean, if they have two, three children, oh my gosh, the tuition is so high over there. I hear that
Yes, yes, sir.
it's very difficult to afford two, three children nowadays in India. That's what I hear.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else you guys have in mind? What else you want to know about America?
Pooja ma'am, you have any question?
Yeah, right now, no, sir. I'm listening carefully the Amarnath sir's lecturer on
So, sir,
American life.
yes, 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 ma'am. And sir, I have a question. For speaking in English, we need think in English. So, how can we improve this?
Okay, so that is a misconception. You will never think in your English. Generally, you think that we are. What we are doing is because I have gone to many, many classes on this. What we do is that those of us who don't speak English as a native language, we always think in our native language. Say, for example, if you are speaking Marathi is your mother tongue, then you think in Marathi. If your Maithili is the mother tongue, you think in the Maithili, and then you immediately you translate it. So basically, this is what is happening. We don't understand or we don't recognize it, but that is the true reality, that we are thinking always in our native language and then we are translating. So that is why there is a delay in the response.
Yes, sir.
You and I may not recognize it, but psychologically and scientists have already proven it, that when we respond to questions, since we process in our head twice, we take little extra time to respond to the questions in English. When
Right, sir.
okay, so so that's what is happening. But that's fine. That's fine because creativity is always the best in your own native language, whatever it is. So and yes, over the time you can say that gradually this equation changes. If you are living like 30, 40, 50 years in another country, another culture, then a lot of things gradually roots, you kind of start getting disconnected. So uh, uh, and you start growing with the new culture. But still, basically it takes long time that so you should not worry about it, and you guys are all speaking very well English. That's the first thing I want to tell you, that there is nothing wrong with your English. You all are speaking fine. This is a good start that you
So,
club
sir, we
has.
can we can survive
Yes.
in out of country
Yeah,
while living alone.
suppose if you come to United States, you all will survive. That's the good thing about it. Okay.
Okay, okay.
uh,
Thank you, sir.
for survival English, you need few vocabulary, that water, air, gas, like few things, books, bus, train. As long as you know the basic vocabulary of 200 words, you can communicate in English. Because keep in mind that sign language is still very important, very important.
Okay.
I yeah, I mean, I can tell you a very interesting story. When I have my kid is now 31 year old, but when he was born, my mother came to help, and of course, she was not speaking English. So
Right,
one
right.
day,
Okay.
she was, I mean, she came just to help for 6 months, and she was not even speaking Hindi. She was speaking Maithili. So one
Right.
day we all went for shopping to the shopping mall for the groceries, food, and all that stuff. So uh, me and my wife went to store, and we thought that it will take only few minutes, so we'll be come back right away. And the kid was little 2 months old kid was sleeping in the car on the car seat, and car seat was all belt and everything, and my mother was in the car. And so what happened that we were supposed to come back right away with like within 2 minutes or 5 minutes, but we took like more than 10, 15, 20 minutes. In the meantime, my son, he woke up in the car, and he was in the car seat, and he started suffocating. He started crying, you know how it is, like the little
Okay.
kid. And then my mother, my mother didn't know English. What should she do? She didn't know even how to open the car seat from the all that, because it was all kind of new to her. So then she just got out of the car and asked any stranger by the sign language that I need help, and then somebody came and helped her and opened the car seat, and then took the baby. She took the baby, and when he came back and then saw her with the baby, and she told us the story. So
Okay, okay,
so the
okay. Really.
so the point is that as long as you have the basic words, you can survive. And you guys, since speak it, you can survive in any speaking country. That is not a problem, because keep in mind that there is always influx of people in these English speaking countries coming from different part of the world. So the American people especially, you have here people from all over the world: Chinese, Indians, Africans, European to lesser extent, Middle Eastern. So, so what happens is that they get used to different way of talking. Some people talk like you are talking. Some people talk like standard English. Some people cannot even say a few words, but still society is society. So they meet each other somewhere in the mall or in the shopping center or in some kind of grocery shop or coffee place or like that. So people interact. That's a good thing about this country, that it's a young country, but at the same time here you understand what we call like Basudhaiv Kutumbakam. You have people from all countries almost, and we all live together very happily, closely. Everybody mind their own business, and life goes on.
Yes, sir.
Really good, sir.
So, sir, this time is okay, na? Okay for you, sir, for
Well,
join session.
as I said, that I cannot join every day because I have my life too here. But whenever I can, I'll join. Okay, and you keep, and then gradually I'll encourage some other people also to join this movement.
Yes, yes, yes,
So this is a very good effort
yes,
you guys are doing it, because unless you practice, you are not going to be speaking. And and English is a very powerful language right now. It is the only international language which if you know English, you can go anywhere in the world and you can communicate. That is not the case with the French or Italian, or there is no other language like English right now, or Japanese. you know if you know English, you can survive in any country.
yes, sir.
So now you guys can survive anywhere. You have your English is sufficient enough that you can go to Africa or Europe or Canada or any place you like to go, because you already have mastered the fundamentals. Now it is like more of a making it, fine tuning it, and that never ends. Fine tuning never ends. I'm an engineer, so normally they say that engineers are terrible. So you can in English. So you can imagine that you think that my English is very good, but when you talk to American standard, they'll say, "Oh, it's terrible."
Okay, okay. Really,
Uh,
really very, very thankful
So
to share all the life experience with us, sir, all of us. Really thankful to
Oh,
you, sir.
yeah.
and
Well,
I request you, sir, if possible, then try to join at least 2 or 3 days in a week, sir.
yeah,
It will be also good for.
I'll try whenever I can. So I'll put it on my calendar so that I'll see it. If I don't have anything going on, then I'll
Yes,
join. I'll try to.
yes, yes.
But I just say that you guys are doing a great job. That you have made English speaking club and expand it. Let professionals of all walk of life uh, join, and don't be afraid to talk. I'm glad that you guys are uh, uh, not trying to mix any local language words, so which is good. Have patience, if it takes a 1 minute for a word to come to your mouth, wait for it, or maybe other people can help. but
Okay, 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 right,
but
right.
but try to find an English word. That's the key. Don't try to bring a Hindi word or Marathi word in it.
Right,
Don't
right,
give up.
okay.
Yeah, others can help. I mean, if somebody is struggling, but that's the way. And then, like I said, that to watch a lot of movies, YouTube videos, shows, whatever you like, accounting, history, science. I mean, there is so much material now. And even for the English speaking, there are so many YouTube classes. You can tap on those. And that's how you have desire. I mean, right now I'm trying to learn Sanskrit. You guys are trying to learn English. I'm trying to learn Sanskrit myself, because now
Okay,
I,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
but
okay.
now I retired, and
So,
I want to
so
read text, like Bhagavad Gita. I have here next to me, which I want to read. Sanskrit, I can read Sanskrit, but I want to have the comprehension of the slokas myself, which I am not there yet. So now my goal is to gradually learning Sanskrit, so that I would like to read the text in Sanskrit and comprehend it. That is my goal.
So, sir, are you reading Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, I do.
Good, good, good. So, I also reading daily one sloka, sir.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
celebration.
I am reading Bhagavad Gita by Srila Prabhupada, and Hare Krishna movement. With the
Right, right,
Guruji.
same, same, sir.
Yeah, and
so,
I
sir,
mean there are.
you are reading
The Bhagavad Gita sloka each and
in
every day, and
English
I'm
language or
starting
Sanskrit
day
language, sir?
with sloka,
No,
sir.
no,
My
I have both, but now I have started. Luckily, I have one copy in Hindi, and the reason I like the Hindi one is because I can. Uh, Prabhupada, he has done, like, after the sloka, he breaks down the Sanskrit sentences into smaller words, right? And then after that, he gives also meaning of that one. So that is what I like about in the Hindi version. Uh, I can relate to it, and I try to get a piecewise meaning of each word, and then the complete translation. So
so, sir, in
I
English, in English, Bhagavad Gita also have the same, sir.
Yeah, but your pronunciation in English, when you try to do it, it is little different than Hindi. Hindi is natural for
Right,
us, right?
right,
So
right,
we can write it, or we can understand exact pronunciation. But in
right,
English,
right.
your brain doesn't comprehend that one. So I found myself getting lost. So that's why I have started reading in Hindi right now, Bhagavad Gita.
Good initiative, sir.
So I
Okay,
have
yeah.
also, sir, I have also one Gita Press Gita in Hindi and Sanskrit language, sir.
Yes, I have that one too. But only thing is that Gita doesn't have the all the sentences broken into pieces like Prabhupada has done. They have only the translation of Hindi, and that is the beauty for those who want to really enjoy the Sanskrit words. Prabhupada had done very good job uh, kind of breaking it down into smaller, words like dharm kshetre kurukshetre samveta yutsava. Now, when you see that yutsava word is a big word, and Prabhupada has broken down into small pieces of that word. Like it is a sandhi of two, three words, and then you get the full meaning of it. And the next time when you read it, you really enjoy it more. So that's why I like it right now.
Or I have
Go ahead.
yes, yes. 1 minute, sir. I present
Sure.
type of this type
Ah,
of Gita, sir.
oh, okay. Let me see here. Yeah, yeah. I think I had the other one. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I had the other one, like standard, which is sold on the book stalls on the railway stations. The thinner book, but
This
where
is
you have.
Gita Press Gorakhpur, sir, and we know that, sir, Gita Press is very without any default wo-
Yeah, yeah,
word.
yeah. Yeah, I have that Gita. I have that Gita. I have a lot of other books also from the Gita Press. Like I have, I think, Tulsidas Ramayana. I have Balmiki Ramayana. From every time
Suppose
when I go to.
here is
Yeah,
Gita Sugita
yeah.
कर्तव्या किमन्य शास्त्र विस्तर या स्वयं पदनाभस्य मुख्य पदाध्वनि. So here meaning is also told in Hindi medium, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Same to
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, true. I mean, there are so many translations, so many things, but yes,
Yes, yes, yes, sir.
uh, the unless you really read yourself with interest, nothing gets into your head. I mean, I have read so many times, but now
Yes,
I'm
sir.
reading it with interest, so I find a little bit more interesting right now. That but up to this point, I might have, I, I was fortunate enough to be part of Hare Krishna temple, and so
Ashwan Temple, right?
yeah. So in Phoenix, where I was living, I moved here, where I am now, only 40 years back, because my son had a job in this area. So I also found a job in this area. But for 20 years, we were living in Arizona, and we had a Hare Krishna mandir there, where we all used to go. So Bhagavad Gita was very important, of course. And then every Sunday we used to go to temple there. We had prasadam, and we had the lecture on Bhagavad Gita. But now I am trying to learn by myself, which is a lot more different. When you try to read yourself and try to internalize it, uh, it is different than somebody's lecturing, and then you are simply listening it there. You uh, so I like it better now that
Yes,
I'm.
yes, sir. One my colleague is also PhD in Sanskrit, so I request him
Oh,
for
good,
regarding
good,
Sanskrit
good.
language.
Maybe
Yes, yes,
tell your
yes,
friend
yes,
that maybe he can teach me Sanskrit. Maybe.
yes, yes. Sure, sure, sir. Sure, sir. This is a transaction
Yeah.
I like.
That will be a good transaction, because we
Yes,
all
yes,
need it. Barter system.
yes, yes.
Okay. So
And
I wish you all great luck. This is very good.
yes, sir.
I'll join. And if you guys have, I'll, you guys should also make what you call a kind of a Google group or Yahoo group, whatever is possible, so that you can share a lot of stuff with each other. And I'll also share, of course, here, if I come across something interesting which you guys should watch. There are a lot of good videos on the YouTube. So if I come across something interesting, I'll send you guys, and you can watch that one too. And
Sure,
feel free
sure, sir.
to drop me a line if any questions you have about American society. At least I'll try to answer my best.
Yes, sir. And second thing is, sir, we are trying to utilize our God time, means early morning time, sir.
This is a very good time,
Uh,
Brahmurt time. Yeah, so
yes,
this is
sir.
really very
And
good.
this time is our self time, sir.
Uh-huh,
Means
I
no
know.
any disturbance, no any
Uh,
disturbance.
yeah. Well, how did you guys come to this idea? What happened? I'm very
Yes,
interested
this
to
is
know.
this is this is during the lockdown period, sir.
Oh, okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
June 2020. I think
yeah.
first of all, I think actually my background is also accounts background. So
Uh-huh.
first of all, we started in commerce student. Then
Yeah.
after we see that English requirement is very big in our country, because
Yes.
practically we know that in our country 35, 36 states, and every state has its own language.
Yes.
But practically we know that, sir, without English knowledge we can't find any well company job.
Yes.
So
Uh,
and
no,
a
this.
lot of people reading in government school, not in private school, they have
Yes.
problem regarding English
Yes. Yes.
language.
Yes. Yes.
That's why
And
the reason.
yeah. So that is why we have to. We have to all focus on education, because now India is trying to become a developed country. You
Yes,
know
yes,
the difference between the developed country, like United States is a developed country, Britain is a developed country, we are developing country. The developed countries have that they are more efficient. They don't have that much red tape. They have automated their society, and so there is no queue for anything, there is no line. I have not gone to, only in 40 years I have gone to get the driver license, and for that I have gone to sarkari office, or maybe for the passport. Just even the passport you can apply by mail, but I had gone. But there is no need to go to really office here. You can call and everything happens on the phone. So even you don't need a computer. Just a phone is good enough for you to interact. And we have to make similarly the society in India. Why we have to go to different offices? When I see crowded offices, people are trying to break the windows, I get shocked that we Indians are automating the whole world right now. Indian software engineers are everywhere.
yes, yes,
when
sir.
i when I came in America in 80s, that was the starting point of, you can call it, the computer age. That time it was the beginning. And everything here was also just like in India, manual offices are too many papers. Now society has become almost like paperless. Imagine how many trees they are saving in this country because no paper. Now if you uh, like uh, not only that, let me tell you another example. Like when I started IBM, we used to have big offices. So all you have is let's call it only a small room. You have a computer and you are sitting by yourself. So if there are 200 engineers, there are 200 small rooms occupied by us, and that's how we started. Now, when I left Intel, what was the rule there? Nobody has a dedicated office or dedicated seat. All you do is that you come, your backpack, in your backpack, you have a computer. You come in the morning, and everywhere is the workstations. You plug into any place, you seat, any empty seat you find, just like you find on the train station or airport,
Yes,
you know.
public
Uh,
public place. Yes,
Public places, and you you put your bag there. Now as long as you are sitting there, that place is yours. That is your new office, and you communicate everything. You plug in your computer. Now you can see every data you want to see. You have a telephone next to you. You can attend your meeting, and everything is kind of structured such a way that there is no noise to the next door. Like you have a small cubicle, type of environment. And then, so basically, now imagine that 30, 40 years back, we had so many cubicles like offices. Now we don't need, so we are saving money by this automation, this level of automation. Similarly, how many papers we used to waste. Notebook we used to, I used to go to the meeting, I used to write in a piece of paper on my notebook and this and that. And then, we make the presentation again, we print, do all those things. No, we don't do anymore, right? You guys also don't do any more presentation. We don't do printout, we just present to each other whatever we have, and everybody sees it there, everybody interacts it there. And so that way we save a lot of trees also. So it is, another thing is that we human, we make a lot more mistakes than computer do. Okay, so if you depend on computers, it means less mistake you have to worry about than us. So by automation in this society here in the West, they have leaped forward. Everything is automated. uh, all you need is any office, any bank, all you need is make a phone call, and you will have somebody there, whether it's sarkari or private or everything. And then they will connect you to the right person there. That is the system now here. But we still have like old fashioned way, you have to go to the office, and sarkari office especially, then you have to uh, ask for officer with if you're lucky, you can get a good officer who can talk to you. Otherwise, some people will not even talk to you in the offices. I have seen that myself. And nothing gets resolved so fast.
And
Everybody tells you kal aiye, come tomorrow,
yes,
right? In India,
yes, yes.
that's very common thing, that the first day is for chai pan, next day please come, come again, we'll talk about it. Oh, do I have that much time that I'll come again? I came to in the private economy, everybody works here, nobody has faltu time, nobody has time to waste. So we want to be problem to be resolved now, right now. And that is the tendency in this country, and that's why everything gets resolved fast, and the society has become so much efficient. And this is what we need in India gradually. We all have to keep demanding more and more automation of everything. We are so uh, scattered, not organized. We are paying the um, taxes where that money goes. So uh, we all have to, especially the middle class people, which we all belong to, we have to fight for our rights. That politicians in India are taking too much advantage of the everything, and they are giving themselves a big perk, and then rest of us are kind of struggling right now.
I think, sir, this is the definition of democracy. Democratic, I like for the people, by the people, and
Well, I mean, democracy is
जैसे
also in.
जैसा प्रजा वैसा राजा, जैसा राजा वैसा प्रजा. That's type.
You can say that, because democracy is also in US, right? I
Yes,
mean, this is also a democratic country. You know,
yes,
in election here, uh, normally here, like uh, I think this is a very interesting thing. I should say that there are 50 states here. Like, if I ask you what is the Rajya Sabha, our Rajya Sabha, I mean, what who goes there? Rajya Sabha. Who? I mean, what is the difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Can anyone explain to me?
sir. In Raj Sabha, sir, member is came by MLA, MLA vote,
Okay.
and
Okay. So
Lok Sabha is direct member of parliament, MP, and they direct win election through public.
okay.
But in Raj
So
Sabha, not direct came in direct public.
okay.
They they have selected
Okay.
by, yes, MLA.
Or okay. All right. So here is what. So basically, what I see it, that Rajya Sabha is a useless organization. It has really, because it is not directly elected by the people.
Yes,
So
yes.
you have the representative. So again, it is for the netas. It is for netas, all the loser netas, and they, when they cannot get elected in the Lok Sabha, they just enter into Rajya Sabha. And who are the voters? MLA, MP. They voted from each state, and basically all the losers who cannot become
Win.
MLA or Lok
MP.
Sabha MP,
Yes.
they just entered it there. That's it. That is the only difference in the
Losers of
Lok Sabha and
MP
Rajya Sabha.
election. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Losers of
So you
MP
can say,
election
yeah,
win in
you can,
Rajya Sabha.
yeah, you can simply rename it a loser Sabha. How about that one? This is a loser Sabha, right? All the losers are there, right? Okay. The point I'm trying to make it that look at the power structure here. Here is also in United States we have Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. We call it Rajya Sabha here, we call it Senate, and Lok Sabha, we call it House of Representative. House of Representative has, just like our Lok Sabha, 540 plus members. Similarly, also, this country is three times bigger than India in the size, and we have about 535 members of House of Representative, and uh, that is directly based on the population. And so the whole, imagine the whole country's population has been divided into 534 areas, and depending on the population density and areas, math is done, and then you have a representative elected from that area. So that goes to House of Representative. That is one power. Now, Senate, unlike India, Senate is also, there are 50 states in this country, and there are large states and there are small states. Large states are like New York, Texas, California. These are the large states, very big states. On the other hand, you have a tiny states, just like in India, you have Goa, or you can call it like Manipur and those places, or Himachal, small states. So, so there are a bunch of small states in this country. South Carolina is a very small state. Delaware is a very small state. So what they have done is that uh, Senate is representing the power of the state. So, House of Representative, like somebody, let's call it uh, you have a member of parliament from Pune, a member of parliament from Bombay, a member of parliament from all different cities, Satara, blah, 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 right? So, you call it, they are the member of the House of Representative. But senator would be that that person is representing whole Maharashtra. Okay. So every state has two representatives, two senators, senior senator and junior senator, and they are representing the whole state. So there are 50 states. So 50 times 2, we have 100 senators. And these two senators are representing the entire state. They are not representing only Patna or Bhagalpur or a small area. The whole state they are representing. So that is, but they are also directly elected by the whole state. So difference in their election is that for them, the voter is entire state. People are voting from the entire Maharashtra would be electing the senator, whereas for the Pune member of parliament or House of Representative, only Pune voters will be electing them. So you see the difference between what is our Rajya Sabha and what is the Rajya Sabha here. So so basically, it is a state power. So power has been, public power is directly based on the population. That is what is House of Representative, and then state. Each state, big or small, have the power that is called the Senate. And a law can be started either by the just like in India, Lok Sabha or Raj Sabha. Similarly here, we can our parliamentarians, they can begin the law either in the House of Representative or in Senate, and then once it get passed by both houses, then it goes to president for the confirmation, just like that part is in India. But the problem I have with Rajya Sabha is the Rajya Sabha is completely bogus institution. It is not representing anybody. It is neither representing a state or the population Public population, it is just a losers club, just like you know. And so this kind of waste is there. I mean, I wish our forefather had adopted an American system of democracy rather than the British parliamentary system. I mean, look at it. The whole, I see that our chief ministers, whole 5 years, they keep fighting to keep their uh, seat, right? I mean, look at his, because you never know when the government will be collapsed or toppled. Here, there is nothing like that. You are governor, you elected directly by the people, they elected the governor of the state, and you are there for 4 years. Nobody can touch you for next 4 years. You do whatever policies you are making, and you are there. Similarly, another one more thing I forgot to tell you, that all these parliamentarians, I was telling you, House of Representatives, senators, nobody from them can become the minister. If they become the minister, then they have to resign. For example, Hillary Clinton was senator before, and when she became a House foreign minister or secretary of state, she has to resign her senator seat. So you cannot have dual role. In India, we have that thing. One person is holding three, four, five jobs, sarkari jobs. Why? So this is clearly marked here. All the ministers here, other than the president, they are they live their own in their own house in Washington D.C. If they become the ministers or a senator or House of Representative, they buy or rent their own homes. No freebie. There is no freebie for any senator or any House of Representative or any minister. They have their own cars. Can you imagine? Only the only in this country the president and the governors, they have the sarkari house and sarkari
Okay.
gari.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I guess now you guys have to go also to work, I guess, right? So let's just I'll give you back your time. You guys can continue and I'll join and we'll talk again. Thank you.
Yes.
It was pleasure
Yes.
talking to all of you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Really,
you
sir.
so much, sir.
It's glad to know.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Yes, Pooja ma'am.
Yes, Prem.
I'm very sorry, ma'am. You don't have any time to speak with.
No, no, it's okay because I feel happy. Today I'm very quiet. Today I don't have to speak a lot. Otherwise, not daily I have to speak so much in the
No,
class.
no, Pooja ma'am. I'm very thankful to Pankaj sir that really my wishes has been complete today.
Yes, yes. I was thinking that yeah, Prem is so happy today. I'm just happy because Prem is happy.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Good, sir, really. You're getting late, ma'am, Pooja ma'am.
Yes, I got up little bit late.
Okay.
When did our session start in the morning?
6 o'clock, ma'am. Ma'am, I got a call from Pankaj sir. I suddenly, opened my eyes and I have to join. Some person
Mm.
is coming from USA.
Yes, yes.
Really, thank you, Pankaj sir.
Finally.
First of all, USA was urgent. Then I request him give me 2 minutes. Then I call to Surender sir and this type of thing. Only I send you message, ma'am, because
Mm,
I can't call you in morning
mm,
time. Yes.
mm. But today that Mohi and
Yes, Mohit is
Mohita.
also not present. Himja was also not present. Don't know. I also send him message one day.
Okay.
So
Our grammar topic is pending now, sir. Tomorrow we will continue with our Oxford grammar.
yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you so
Prem,
much, Pankaj sir. Yeah, tell me, ma'am. Pooja ma'am, tell me.
yeah, is it possible for you to tomorrow to join? We are just discussing on grammar topics, that is tenses. We are revising all the tenses.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. I can try to join. Not
Yeah,
an
yeah,
issue.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am. Thank you, Pankaj sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you,
Prem.
ma'am. We
Bye,
will
Bye,
continue
Pankaj.
sir.
tomorrow. Please try, ma'am, if possible, 6 p.m. Ma'am.
Yes, sure, sir. Sure. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.